Did you know that more than half of the pregnant teenagers in Romania from 14 to 18 years of age are getting an abortion nowadays? I think there are a series of ways in which we can improve this situation. In my view, the most important step to take is to implement the sex education subject in schools. Many of us may think that high school students are too childish to understand this subject, or that we are not interested in this because we think we already know these things. But as I mentioned earlier, and as many of us know, we actually don't. If we consider ourselves mature enough to have intimate relationships, we should also be mature enough to listen to the information that sex education class has to offer without laughing, making fun of it, or dismissing it. Parents are often afraid to talk to their kids about sex because they find it a taboo topic, but in reality, it's one of the most normal things for parents to talk to their kids about. Just think about it. Without it, I wouldn't be talking and you wouldn't be listening. Just because some of us have an interest in this and search on Google what we think it's important to know, or just because some of us have open-minded parents who guide us, that doesn't mean that everyone wants to discover information about sex on their own. Maybe not everyone realizes how important it is to be informed about every single choice we make and every single step we take in our life. Many people don't have the resources to teach themselves. On the other hand, school is compulsory, so if we have this subject in our schedule, we will be technically forced to listen and to learn. It's not enough to expect teenagers to get their information on their own, because most of us teens settle for what we get in school. Most often we want to come home from school, watch a movie, hang out with our friends, and then maybe, but just maybe, do some homework if it's absolutely necessary. Besides, it's different when a teacher, a nurse, or someone who is specialized in the field comes and tells us something clear from a trusted source than when we accidentally find something on Google and start reading it. We are used to listening to teachers and to taking the information from school without questioning it. But when we read something from a platform, we can possibly know for sure if the information is 100% true. My mother works at the Children's Protection Center, and one day I had the opportunity to go to an orphanage. When I got there and I saw how those kids were taken care of, I stood there with a blank face while some kids were screaming for no reason, some were playing dangerous games, and some were just deeply sad. There was no one supervising them, not to speak of someone offering them kind care, attention, or love. After I left that place, I kept asking myself, what kind of parents would want that for their kids? And after some thinking, I realized that it wasn't necessarily their biological parents' fault. Most likely, no one had told them what the consequences of having sex would be. I think that if they had at least talked to their parents about it beforehand, they would have considered using protection and they would have had a baby only later when they were prepared to raise them properly. In Romania, 1,000 children are abandoned at birth, and we still seem not to be doing anything about it in an official, targeted manner. No one tells us wear a condom several days within those public announcements on television. These days, however, whenever I turn on my TV, I hear wear a mask, wash your hands, keep a safe distance. Why can't we do the same with AIDS? We really need someone to tell us use protection before it's too late. I dare you to look in the future and to imagine how much the situation is going to improve if we make an effort and implement the sex education subject in schools. Let's be more open to new and really useful things and be aware of the situation we're in before it's too late. Thank you.